Hey guys, welcome to NTR or Nick Tucker Racing here on YouTube. If you haven't watched my previous videos, basically yesterday we broke down Sim Racing Stewards, which is a Reddit page. Very funny, gives me a good laugh all the time. It's where sim racers post their content on there to get reactions from it. Anyways, go check that video out if you haven't. But today we are going to react to one of my most recent races at Michigan in the Gen 4 car. Michigan, 2 mile track, not so steep banking in the corners. It allows the car to really slide a lot, which will create a lot of heat in the tire and wear the tire out pretty quick if you're not careful with it. So in this track, the biggest thing is just trying to keep your car straight. And I know a lot of you are probably like, how do you keep your car straight in a corner? It's very technical. And it's just trying to keep the car as straight as possible so you don't scrub the tires a lot and therefore you don't create a lot of heat in the tire. And you don't end up wearing the tire out over a very long run. Now in this race, it was a 60-lap race. You only got 2 sets of tires. You started on 1 set, so you have 2 sets in the pits. And these cars are very, how do I put? They move around a lot. They have a lot of movement in them. It's very easy to slide this car, and it's very easy to jump on the throttle in this car and really just burn the tire off of it. So anyways, I hope you guys will enjoy this breakdown, and I will see you guys on track, but make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I will see you guys out there. Peace out. Alright, welcome guys. So we're going to break down one of my most recent races here at Michigan. Very not so steep bank track. The corners got some banking to them, but definitely not a lot. Really easy to burn the tires off here, so which plays into my driving style more. I'm very get off the throttle, kind of roll out of the throttle as we're coming into the corner, and then roll back into it from the apex on our way out of the corner. And that makes the car stable. And it keeps your car pointed straight, and it doesn't burn the tires off as fast. As you will see in this video, there are guys who burn these tires off in like, I don't know, 10, 12 laps, and then they need a new set of tires, and we only get 2 sets. So this was a very, very technical race, but we managed to pull it out. So I hope you guys enjoy. And we'll go ahead and get this breakdown started. Alright, so this is lap 1. We're coming to the green flag. Off the screen. So we're coming to the green flag. We are the red number 49, red and black 49, Coca-Cola Milwaukee machine. Started P2, qualified second. So, I'm about 2 lanes down from the top of the wall. I really liked driving there. The car felt more stable there. The bottom line was definitely faster, especially if you could cut it and turn down to the bottom of the track. But it really left you open to have too much steering input, and then when you got back on the throttle, you just spin yourself out. So, it was very easy to do that. So I liked running the top line. It just felt more stable, and you didn't really lose a lot of time. And from what I figured out is you really do burn the tire off less than you do if you're trying to turn down towards the bottom, kind of like with the leaders. So at this point in the race, I'm kind of just sitting behind him, you know. Alright, I'm going to save some tire, let you burn your stuff off on this opening run, and we'll just ride right on by you. That's kind of what I'm thinking right here, so I'm just kind of taking it easy. I'm not really driving hard into the corner, you know, trying to get really quickly back onto the throttle. It's just very easy, you know, just very easy on and off the throttle. So that's what's happening here in these first couple of laps. Now we're kind of in his tire tracks, you know, okay, let's see if we can stop trying to lose so much time on him and, you know, just still be easy on the tires, but let's see if we can kind of just stay with it. So we kind of stood in his tire tracks in 1 and 2, and now in 3 and 4 more. We're about a lane up from where he is. And we get a really good run here off the corner. And we're actually going to be side by side coming to the line. And this leads us to be side by side going into 1 and 2, which he should pull ahead of because he's on the bottom lane. But we're kind of fighting pretty good here. So I'm going to make this pass, and we're going to clear him going down the back straightaway, right up turn 2 there. And down the back straightaway. Now it's all about how much tire can I save without losing the lead. So I'm trying to stick with my game plan, but kind of push it a little bit more. So not trying to burn the tires off, but also let's see if we can kind of start edging this lead out a little bit. And so we kind of build a little bit of a gap there, but as you will see, that 19 car does kind of like to run about a lane lower than I do. And, oh, we get into the wall a little bit right here. And that really did slow us down a lot. So that killed the momentum. He drives by us. He's going to clear us into 3. And that's how easy it is. You could be driving along and just, you know, lose track of where you are in the corner. And coming off the corner, that car gets a little light. And it just sucks you right up to the wall. Alright, lap 13. So, this guy's kind of made a bit of a gap between us. So, at this point, I'm definitely thinking just save tires. You know, we're not going to try to push this, you know, harder than what we need to. So, we're saving tire. And we also need to be aware of the cars behind us as well. As you can see, the guys behind us are starting to close in on us. But the leader, what I was noticing is he was still running kind of similar lap times to what he was running before. So he has to be burning his tires off. He's running some pretty good laps. I also really love this gyro camera. It's a really cool camera to watch. It just gives you a real idea of how banked these corners really are. And they're not much, especially for as fast of a track as Michigan really is. So we get our first caution of the race. Rolling out of the throttle. This leads us to our first pit stop. So we're about lap 15, lap 16 right now. So we're gonna say, yeah, let's come in and take tires. Everybody comes in and pits on this pit stop. And since we qualified second, we got the second pit box. The guy in front of us had the first pit box. And the further down pit road you are in terms of where your pit box is, all you gotta do is just get across this white line right here and these cones, and you will be in front of whoever's behind you. So the first person to get across this line takes the lead, and that'll be us. We had a really good pit stop, and we retake the lead again off of our pit stop. Alright, so lap 18, coming to the green, P1. The other fastest car, the 19's next to us in P2. We get a really good jump here on him, actually. Kind of got squirrely on the start. So we're coming down in turn 1. Had a really good restart. Trying to get a good run coming off the corner. That was what was really most important, especially down here in 1 and 2 on this track, was getting a nice run off the corner. It wasn't so much of getting into it, it was more getting off. So we had a really good run, or a really good start right there. Kind of sliding around a little bit right there. Keep it nice and tidy for the meantime. So far, so good. Looking low, about a lane down from where I was. like I said earlier, he really seemed to enjoy running about a lane lower than I was, and I really just liked that middle to, 2 lanes off the top kind of line, and it just felt more stable with the car, and I felt like it was better on the tires. Tail's starting to come around a little bit on us. Chased it all the way up to the wall. That's going to cost us some time. 19 cars looking low. I believe he should clear us into turn 1. Kind of right on the tail. Alright, so he does pull off the corner and takes the lead. So new leader, number 19. This is the view that you get when Iracing. You only get this view. There is no like Gran Turismo where you get, third-person view or anything like that. This is the view you get in Iracing. So this gives you a really good perspective of what you see and what you can kind of feel is going on. So just watch my hands, and these are my actual, when that wheel moves, that is my actual steering wheel moving. So if you watched my hands there, it's kind of jagging around a little bit, and that's just because the car is wanting, that back end is, the centrifugal force is pulling that back end up to the wall, and that's what I mean by you kind of got to straighten it out and drive off the corner. So this is our aerial view from the Goodyear blimp. We're side by side with the 4 car for P2, and this guy actually gave me a really good battle. This was actually a really fun kind of interaction with him in a back and forth. So he kind of dove it in deep. He's going to slide up a little bit, and we took that middle lane, and now we're going to come down, have the momentum from off the top side. We were able to stay in the throttle longer. And now we kind of dive it down to that second groove. So let me pause this one. So let me kind of wind this back a little bit. So alright, so you see where this pavement is darker right here? This means that there's more rubber there and there's more grip. So this line right here has more grip than you do when you're up here, which is normally where there's a bunch of marbles and a bunch of trash that gets, as you drive, these tires are wearing out. So they're spitting off pieces of rubber, and the rubber is carrying up to the top of the track. So up here you get into what's called the marbles and all the junk, and your tires basically have no grip up there. So the more darker the pavement is right here, the more grip that there is on the track. So I'm in a good spot here. The only problem is you can already see my car is kind of pointed this way, and his car is more so pointed like this. So he's lined up better off this corner than I am. The back end is coming out on this car, and I'm going to have to chase it to try and get it pointed straight, which is going to jeopardize our line here and really cost us some time. Gotta chase it, we do. The 4 car gets up into the wall, so we kind of get a break here. We end up taking second place back, and now it's about trying to close this gap from the leader to us. So we kind of need to close this gap up and see what we can do about getting closer to the leader, kind of set us up better for later on in the run. So it seems like the gap is still kind of about the same, if not closing it a little bit. 4 cars now dropped back to 4th, and this purple car, this Prilosec car, he actually ends up being a really good contender at the end of this. So keep that in mind, that car right there. Alright, so we end up dropping back to 4th. I believe we ended up making more contact with the wall. And this is where I'm starting to get really frustrated with myself. Because I know better, and I know that I'm getting over aggressive, and I'm really just wanting to stamp down on the throttle, you know, coming out of the corner, and I'm not really rolling the throttle like I should. So I'm just getting mad at myself and getting irritated. So I just gotta tell myself, calm down, relax. You know, there's still a lot of race left. You know, we still have at least two more pit stops to go. So let's just kind of calm down and get back into our rhythm here. And this is where I start to run better line. And I'm starting to finally tell myself, all right, we can stick with our line, keep it going, doing good. And I just had to basically I had to calm myself down. So we had another yellow. And on this restart, the 19 car jumps away, and the 4 car does not get going. And so now I'm about to push this and make this 3 wide. Then I kind of half kind of pulled out of it. I switched up, tried to go low. The 11 car gets by us. So now we're back to P5. So not the best restart for me. And the 4 car did kind of mess up that restart for us. So nobody pitted on the caution either. So now we're kind of falling right back into the hands of the 51 car here. And the 51 car does end up giving us a pretty good charge here. So far running nose to tail. I think he goes low here. No, he stays high. So we go low. And now we're running about a lane lower than what I was running before. Now we're right back up to the top, right by the wall. Try to put it about where I want it, second to third lane from the top. Alright, so now we've caught the number 11 car again. So we're right behind the 11 car, and we know he's a pretty tough car. So we know we gotta pass him. Got 51 down to our inside. Now we're kind of put in this tricky position where we want to get by the 11. Now we gotta get by the 51. We get to run off the top side. And we will take that spot away. Or at least the side for side for it. And a little bit of a lunge down into the corner. I was hoping it would stick. We end up clearing the 51 off the corner. 14 car, that Crown Set car I was talking about earlier, he got into the wall, really slewed him down. Gonna bring him back to the tail end of us 4. And now it's right back to, okay, how can I get around this number 11 car? I need to try and generate some momentum to get by this guy. So we're getting a little bit of his draft going down into turn 1. We keep high. Shoot down to the bottom. Just a very classic, you know, I'm gonna fool you going here, so I'm gonna jump down here instead. And then we just stick it down to the corner and lead the pass off turn 2. Alright, so now we're going by the 4 car who's really off the pace. I can't remember if he went a lap down or not, or if he had just hit the wall. I can't remember. But he's way off the pace. I believe this might be 4th position. Maybe. 4 car, a little loose down the bottom. Whoa! Chases it all the way up to the top. All the way up next to the door. Didn't make contact with him, but whew! That 4 car is struggling to corral that baby. So he's all the way down the bottom. I'm all the way up on the top, and I'm like, alright, dude, you can have this. You know, I'm not going to push hard for this. 19 car, the leader, just went to pit road, so we're making green flag pit stops. And this will more than likely be our last pit stop of the race. So the 4, oh, I remember now. So the 4 car was for position. We ran up right behind him, got him all out of whack. And now coming off the corner, well, there's a move by the 4, got a little loose, but we cleared him. So I knew I had to get by this 4 car. He was a menace. And we really didn't want to get any safety points against us, so we didn't want to hit him, didn't want to make contact with him, but he is all over the track. And then he throws that insane block, And at this point, I'm just saying, come on, dude. Really? Like, give it a rest. So we go by the 19 car there. That puts him a lap down. And I'm going to get right up to the 4 car. Can I clear him? He's loose off the corner again. Whoa. Oh, big correction. And around he goes. And that will bring out another yellow flag. And that is how close an accident can be from ruining your race. That guy was side by side with us and he just lost it off the corner. Now, the guy who really was appreciative of that yellow the most was this number 19 car. That number 19 car pitted under green and he was going to be able to get his lap back. But he would have to take the wave around to get his lap back. So he stayed out because he had already pit. No need to pit again. Us, on the other hand, we were going to come in here and get our last set of tires, fill the car up with fuel, and make a run to the end. I believe this is somewhere around lap 40-some, maybe. But make this pit stop. Trying to get out of the box first. That guy pulls away. So that guy must have taken either 2 tires or no tires. But he pulls out. And we end up getting out of the box second. So that was the run off the pit road there. Good pit stop. So we are P4. So the 22 is the race leader. The 11 is second. We have a car door inside. And we are 4th place here. And green flag drops, and those 2 guys in front of us had terrible tires. They thought their tires were good, they weren't, so they kind of scrubbed the tires on the restart. Neck and neck at the 11, I'm thinking, take this corner easy, cold tires, rubber isn't going to want to stick very well. The 11 sticks it. What kind of riding right here? Taking it easy again, we're not trying to burn the tires off. Be nice and easy, and we got another yellow. Back to green now. Another caution. We're back to green flag. The 11 got a really good jump on us on this restart. But we're starting to reel him back. We're looking a little low. And we're going to get inside of him. This is big. Getting a good run down the back straightaway. Fantastic run, actually. Really dove it deep into the corner, hoping that it would stick to that nice dark pavement right there, and it does. And we end up clearing the number 11 for the race lead. And there's that Prilosec car who's following us behind, trying to pass that 11. 11 looks low. We are the race leader. Now, I want to pause this. I want you guys to pay attention to this cluster of cars right here. That's where you're going to want to pay attention. Just watch what happens. And 3/4 of the field is piled up in another caution. And that's not what we wanted to see. We wanted this thing to go green all the way to the end, and it didn't. So now we got to restart again. 4 laps to go. We are the race leader, so we control the restart. 14 car pulls up alongside us, and we are off and away. A fantastic restart for us. So we're pulling away. Just ever so slightly. And now we're thinking, okay, 4 laps to go. No more saving tires. We're going to burn these suckers all the way down to the wheel. Come off the corner. Get an okay run. The 14 car gets a massive run off the corner on that high side. Now we're going to take it down low. Go to that second lane-ish, right around there. Holding that second lane. Like I said, that lane has a lot more grip than it does up top. We got a really good run off that corner. Coming to 3 to go. So there's 3 laps to go. Remember, this is for the race win. Car getting a little loose. You heard me have to kind of get out of the throttle a little bit there, so the car got a little loose. Down the back straightaway, heading into turn 3. Right back into that dark pavement. That nice dark asphalt. Got good rubber in there. And that gives us the lead off turn 4. And 2 laps to go. So next time by, we should see the white flag, which tells us 1 lap to go. Kind of about middle of the track again. Kind of cut his lane off a little bit. It's not a full block, but we kind of just took his lane away. So it holds us out front, and now we're racing really hard. That Prilosec car, you see how unstable his car got there when he really tried to push it hard into the corner? His back end kind of just shifted a little bit. That can really mess up your line and take away some time. So here we go, white flag, last lap. Coming to the checker. We're gonna go full throttle all the way down as far low as we can get in this corner. Both our cars are kind of getting a little unstable in the back end. Ooh! Big time loose for the 14 there. He's gonna lose just a little bit of ground. So now I'm anticipating a dive. He doesn't do the dive. He takes the top lane. I cover the bottom. And as long as I get off this corner clean, we got the win. And there it is. A clean exit off of turn 4. And checker flag. We're heading to victory lane. And somebody get the beers on ice. Oh, man. Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed that breakdown of my Gen 4 win at Michigan. That was one of them. There was a couple of them, but I think that one was really cool. If you guys want to see more race breakdowns of mine, leave a comment, like the video, and of course, subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel and just try to enjoy sim racing with all you sim racers out there, and for all you guys who aren't sim racers. So hopefully we'll see you guys around and see you on track.